I left Parliament 20 years ago, and I'm returning 20 years later. The people who were born when I was last in Parliament are now the voters. And when they hear the name Norbert Mao, they wonder what he really means. They don't relate to him at all. People tell them about the peace talks in Juba, and they say, well, what about them?
Norbert Mao yavaayo n'ategeeza gye buvuddeko nti ateekateeka era planning okwesimbawo ku kifo ky'obwa speaker mu Palamenti eno eri okujja ey'omulundi ogw'okumin'esatu. Kati ne watandika okujjawo oluvuuvuumo nti kirabika munda mu NRM gy'akoleramu, jjukira ye wa DP, naye munda mu NRM gy'akoleramu kirabika waliwo abali omusenda okujja alisiguukulule speaker Anita Among. Naye mu vidiyo eno Hon Mapenduuzi atulaga strategy ya NRM wekoze okwekuumira mu buyinza saako n'okulaba nti nno buli weebeera ng'ewangudde ebifo efuba nnyo okulaba nti eritaininga ebifo bya speaker ne deputy speaker buli Palamenti ebeereddako, kuba tujjukire nti NRM yesinga ababaka abangi mu Palamenti era nga kino kigiwa enkizo y'amaanyi okulaba nti ekyuzinga oba eronda speaker ne deputy speaker ababeera bagenda okukwata enkasi mu Palamenti eyo ebeera erondeddwa. Kati Mapenduuzi watunyonnyolera wano alaga strategy n'ensonga lwaki Mao yavuddeyo n'agamba nti no ateekateeka okwesimbawo era ng'atandise okwebuuza ku ba stakeholders okulaba nti najja yeesimbewo. Abamu bagamba nti Mao musajja alina obumanyirivu mu by'obufuzi era nga singa abeera yeesoboddeyo okwesimbawo ku kifo kya speaker ono alina enkizo y'amaanyi okutwala ekifo kino kubanga asobola okufuna support okuva mu babaka bennyini abatayagala speaker Anita Among. Ate nga bala bagamba kino kigenda kubeera kizibu kubanga Museveni tasobola mukkiriza kubanga ono wa opposition ate tayinza kukkiriza babaka aba NRM kuwagira opposition yenna ku kifo kyonna mu Parliament. Ulira emboozi eno.
Fencing in this.
Every member. Let me expound on it. Every member of Parliament can run for speakership or deputy, right? As a constituency that is the Parliament, any can run. Are you saying that the members of Parliament that were elected by Ugandans have no competencies to run for that for its sake, to be able to ring-fence it?
When I started, I started to help you understand something, but I appreciate what you said. You see, just as I stated at the start, we are in a multi-party democracy. Now the NRM party, and you say it is not too early, the NRM party being strategic, the Central Executive Committee probably saw the need to sit and reflect and take a decision in the interest of the party. Now to you, that is ring fencing, but to the party, it means something else. Because the party looks at a lot of things. One of the things the NRM looks at is how to continue providing leadership in this country. And in doing so, there are so many strategic decisions that you have to take, including that one, which could probably be to minimize conflict that would tear the party, just as the Honorable Minister put it. So, the question would then be, number one, what about the other parties? Of course, we have got many parties represented in Parliament. So it is not wrong for the NRM, for that organ of the party of the NRM, to sit and provide that strategic direction. Now, if there are other people interested and they come from other political parties, they can also go ahead and have a decision in their parties. That is okay, that is accepted. Now, you are asking about if there are people who are interested in NRM that they would want to express their interest, and so it is okay. It is okay for you to express your interest, but you will be subjected to the processes. And one of it is that even when you are interested, SEC still needs to take a decision, and SEC will not recommend 10 people or 5 people. SEC will recommend one member for that position of speaker and another member for that position of deputy speaker, recommend to the parliamentary caucus, NRM parliamentary caucus, and with very clear reasons. and the caucus will debate, just like the Honorable Minister put it. When SEC finally presents that recommendation to caucus, we will sit, debate, and have a position. And it's because, you see, again, and probably that is why the NRM party has taken a much longer time being the ruling party in this country, is that how do you organize yourself? How do you take decisions? And timing is very critical in this. And so it's not wrong for the party to say, we think this is the direction we need to take, because that organ needs to provide that strategic direction. Number two, you have talked about Honorable Norbert Mao, you have talked about another member, and there could be many other members coming. You see, again, we shouldn't treat any other member we shouldn't fear. We should accept. We should allow people to express their interests. But that takes you to where you belong. If you belong to the NRM, there is a process that you have to follow. There are, rules that you have to follow. And if the rule is that the previous speakers of parliament were given the opportunity by the party, by the same organ, to serve for 2 terms, the Honorable Rebecca Kadaga served as deputy speaker, okay, for 2 terms. Later on, she took over as speaker. She served for a term. Then the Honorable Jacob Olanya, when he was deputy speaker, he had served for a term as deputy speaker. And then he expressed interest in running for the speakership. And he was advised by the party that please let your elder sister finish a 2nd term. And he respected. He went back and waited. And so when the opportunity came after finishing his 2nd term as deputy speaker, the same SEC took a decision and said, this is our candidate. And there was a vacuum for deputy speaker. There was already a deputy speaker who moved to become speaker, and somebody needed to come, somebody new needed to come to occupy that. And that's when the Honorable Annette Among took that seat. So a precedent has been set. And when that is set, it's always done in the best interest of an organization, and that is the party. And so I think this is a process that, as a member of the caucus, I think the party is being strategic, and we have to applaud the party. We only wait to receive that position of SEC, and we will dialogue, we will discuss, and that is it. So to me, again, we also have to respect people like the Honorable Mao for expressing his interest. If he's serious about it, because to me, as Mapenduuzi, I have not talked to him, he has not talked to me. If he had talked to me, if he had expressed his interest to me, I would have dialogue with him and probably try to also persuade him, being the fact that he's cooperating with the party. I would persuade him to, in the best interest of our party. But we have not talked. I saw a press conference the other week where it was not clear, it was not straight. He didn't say he was contesting.
He said he's still consulting.
He said he's still consulting. So I think it's even early for me to talk about him as a candidate. Probably still consulting. We do not know the outcome of his consultation.
Honorable Mara, let me come to you. The 3 of you here have mentioned and said you would leave the status quo as it is. Isn't it window dressing for you to pretend you're going to go to caucus and have a discussion on what is already decided? What's the use of voting? You were just performing a ceremony.
Let me clear maybe what I would consider to be a misconception. I haven't seen a letter from SEC pronouncing itself on the speakership